Hey guys, Mike O'Keefe here. Episode 5 of Multiple Idiots coming at you. We got Dan Drees in the studio today. Very fun episode. We've been friends for a long time. We do a lot of cool riffs. Very fun, very loose, very silly. Very excited about this one and for you guys to hear it. If you're enjoying the show, which I really hope you are, give us a 5-star review on iTunes. One of them so far said I did 9/11. I didn't. But it was 5 stars, so I don't care. Just make sure it's 5 stars. Throw us a review. Throw us a subscription. Follow me on all your social medias at the Mike O'Keefe. Multiple Idiots coming at you right now. Hello, everybody. Episode 5, The Nickel, Multiple Idiots. Worst coin. We'll see about the episode. I'm Mike O'Keefe here. Off to a great start already.
Yeah, that was a hot riff.
Oh, it really was. Listen, you don't know how bad you are riffing until you have to do it across the table from someone alone. Then you're real bad at it. With that said, let's get it out of the way. Dan Drees is here. Dreesy, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Well, we're doing good. All right, that's the show. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
No, I was not to brag. I was just on an abroad vacation, so I am just used to coins that I do not understand.
So you guys went to Spain, you and your lovely partner?
We went to Spain.
Girlfriend.
Spain. Yeah, me and my girlfriend.
Stephanie Weber.
Very romantic. We went to Spain, and then we went to Morocco, where there's cafes where women aren't allowed, and that was less romantic. It was great.
Hey, why don't you sit down on the curb there while Daddy has a cup of Joe?
Yeah, that was a real cold shower. I wasn't expecting.
God, that's ridiculous. Well, it's a majority Muslim nation, so.
Yeah, well, we went to one place, and it was like, they had this late night cafe, and there's no alcohol, so it's like a tea cafe, but there's guys smoking hashish. And we go in, and there's it's not women aren't allowed, but there's just no women there. And there's a TV where they're playing YouTube videos, and they're just listening to trap music. That's all they love trap music in Morocco. And Cardi B's Bodak Yellow came on, and it was the music video. So every guy turned, and their jaws just hit the floor for 3 minutes straight.
It's like they're not even allowed in here, and now we have this.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God.
Lord. Man,
if I wasn't holding my best friend's hand right now, I'd be jacking off.
A lot of fellas holding hands.
A lot of hand holding.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that's good for them.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
When you get rid of all the ladies, you get real comfortable with.
Would you consider Moroccan gentlemen holding each other's hands to be like, I guess the term would be prison gay? Would you call it that?
The whole country had that vibe.
Okay. I see. All right. Interesting.
Yeah.
So where'd you go in Spain, and was it less that?
Yeah. Oh, Spain is like a horny country.
Oh, Spain's very horny.
Yeah. We went to Barcelona, Cordoba, Seville.
Oh, nice.
Sevilla, I think it's pronounced.
I knew a barber from Seville. Go on. Sorry.
Medina Sidonia and Tarifa. We did like a bunch of little cities.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Madrid.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How was the food?
It's amazing because all
unreal.
of it's like.
Fresh.
Yeah, it's fresh, and like there's wine there that's like $2.50, and it's so good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't drink wine, but I love it.
Well, I drink wine when I have to. That's how I describe it.
When I'm putting on airs.
When I'm in Spain or at an Oscars party, I drink wine. It's just what you do. Mm-hmm. My girlfriend Mallory was in Spain when Prince died, and she's not culpable in his murder.
The murder of
Prince. A tiny man was murdered by his own tiny feelings. But she described the night Prince died in Spain as a whole country crying and coming at the same exact time. I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Oh, they're very emotional people. It's so fun.
People. Very emotional people. The only last country I've been to out of the United States, save for Canada and Mexico, is Ireland. And it's the opposite. No one cries. No one shows any emotion except punching. The only emotion allowed is punching. And so I'd like to go to Spain. I'd like to see that part of the world.
Did you kiss the Blarney Stone?
I did the first time I went.
Ooh, mistake.
Yeah, piss.
Yeah, they pee on it.
They pee on it, which nothing funnier
than
a bunch of sauced up mix pissing on a rock. Good for you, fellas.
Well, I first got like hip to that is a thing that people do to stuff. Yeah. When I was in college, they took us on a tour and there was a statue of turtles, and they were like, "Yeah, you rub the turtles' heads for good luck." And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And like 3 months later, I'm attending the college, and I find out every fraternity just pisses on the turtles.
Of course. Where did you go to school?
Miami, Ohio.
Why did they have a turtle? It was a Red Hawks.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, we were the Redskins, and then they were like, we gotta get rid of this, so they just brought in a bunch of other shit, and they were like, turtles.
That's awesome.
We didn't do it, right? It was
With the Red Robins, everyone gets a burger. Steak fries everywhere.
You want those steak fries? Don't remind us of our old mascot.
Please do not. Listen, if you don't remind us of our old mascot, we'll keep giving you unlimited steak fries. Unlimited steak fries, and you get to watch your dad order a steak and send it back because it tastes too much like a hamburger. A real thing my dad did at a Red Robin. That's a very true thing.
He got a steak at a Red Robin?
That's number one.
You can get steak at Red Robin?
They have them there. They have it. It's like $3 more than like the most expensive burger. And he got it, and he goes, this tastes too much like hamburger meat. I don't really like this. And the lady was like, do you want something else? And he was like, yeah, I think I'll actually just have a burger. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong?
Exactly. That was the move you should have gone with. There's no chef to send it back to.
There's no chef for sending it back. There's no chef for compliments. No chef at all. There's no chef. There's no nothing.
No, I worked for a company where we sold like floor mats and like industrial soap. And there was it was a Johnny Rockets or Red Robin, one of those. And I realized the kitchen was like the size of a small walk-in closet. And I was like, oh yeah, this is gross. This is not food.
I worked at a Bob's Big Boy in Michigan for I think I've talked about this on the podcast already, but there's a Bob's Big Boy I worked at in Michigan for like 4 years in high school. And man, so condensed and so much weed smoked. It's crazy. But that's great. You had a good vacation?
Yeah, it was a fantastic vacation.
Fantastic. Vacations also, I just got back from vacation as well to New York City.
Ooh, the big Snapple.
There's a fact under every single one of those manhole covers. Yeah. Pop those up and they're like, I'm walking here. That's not a fact.
It could be.
It could be. I mean, if you were walking
it's a pretty boring fact, though.
Yeah, it's not about like how your hair never stops growing.
How ableist of you to be walking here in New York.
It's like, no, tell me about the cotton gin or fucking whatever. But I bring this up because we went to New York for 2 days. Saw a friend of the show, Jeff Asmus. Enemy of the show, Jeff Asmus.
Yeah, no one wants to align themselves with that guy.
Nope. So our buddy Jeff. And then I went to a wedding in Connecticut, which was very lovely. Congrats to my cousin Lindsay and my new cousin Brett. 50-year-old guy named Brett. Way to go. Great timing on that, Linz.
All right. I'm guessing this means there's an age discrepancy?
No. Oh, okay. Not really. No, I think, I don't know how old my cousin is. I just know Brett is almost 50.
Gotcha.
And Lindsay's a little bit closer to my age, but they're both great people. It was such a lovely ceremony. Few things. After the ceremony, we go back to the hotel. Everyone in my family staying at this hotel. There's 3 other weddings in this hotel. Mm-hmm. My Aunt B, who is from France originally, and then decided to make her home in Toledo, Ohio. Mm-hmm. We all make decisions. Sees this.
She calls it Toledo, Ohio.
She's not Italian. We immediately were both like, pasta fagioli. I am from France.
Well, I went to Spain. I realized I only do one European accent. Everyone's Italian.
It's the whole continent.
It's so fun.
Oh, yeah, I am from Dublin, Ireland.
I also kept saying we kicked your ass in World War II. And I was like, I thought we were on their side. And then I realized, like, I don't know, Spain kind of did side with the Nazis a little bit.
They really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I found out because we were at a street market, and someone was selling a bunch of medals, and they all had swastikas on them. And I was like, oh shit!
Oh man!
Yeah.
So we did kind of kick their ass in World War II then.
Yeah.
Suck it, Spain.
Suddenly it wasn't a funny joke. It was just like a mean thing I was doing to them.
Listen, man. That band you guys had that made that song jump around. No, that was House of, I thought it was House of Spain. I thought it was House of Spain. I'm sorry.
That's so much better than what I tried to do as a joke.
I've only been doing that joke for 15 years. I've only been saying that for almost my entire life. So we walk in, and my aunt, who just a great gal, very nice lady, is like, you know what? We should crash that wedding. And me and Mallory are like, yeah, we're gonna fucking crash it. So we get down. We're like, it's gonna look weird if we go in there without drinks. So we sit down at the hotel bar. We all get glasses of red, because of course they have red wine. Yeah. So I'll get glasses of red wine, and we walk in there. And as soon as we get in there, as soon as we hit the dance floor, we see the bride look at me and Mal, and we're like, nope, we're not doing this. Like, just this look of like, what the fuck is this? You know who didn't see that? My lovely Aunt B. Just a whirling dervish to the point where we're like, B, come on, get the fuck, what are you doing? Get out.
So much more endearing to do that with age.
Oh my God. 25-year-old woman does that. Jerk. She's a jerk. Woman in her late 40s, gem, the greatest. She's
invited to the wedding.
Oh,
now.
She's like, she's at the very least giving a toast towards the end of it. I wish, not the case. So we go in there. It's the last song before they're cutting the cake, and the bride sees my Aunt B and goes, "Do I know you?" And my Aunt B, without skipping a beat, just goes, "Do I know you?" On her wedding day.
That's beautiful.
So good. So good. And then the other thing that happened, we're at my cousin's wedding, and everyone's dancing. It was in a tent behind a restaurant, which it was very nice. It really was. It was very beautiful, and there was a lake in the background, so you're hearing the water, and it was very picturesque. Fall night, Connecticut, Danbury. Mallory, my sweet gem lady girlfriend. What a fucking collection of words. Sees the flower girl not dancing, sitting on the side, pouting. So Mallory sits down next to her, looks at the flower girl. The flower girl looks at her and immediately just goes, "No, thank you."
The flower girl
said that.
Jesus.
4-year-old just goes, "No, thank you." And Matt goes, Do you want to dance? And she goes, No, thank you.
Jeez.
Completely shut her down. But it was great.
Did the flower girl lose her pension earlier that day? What the
fuck? She got fired from her job at the docks.
Move.
Yeah. Oh man. And then the flower girl spit out the rest of her chewing tobacco. And punched a dog. It's fucking insane. But yeah, it was a great wedding. Got to see my parents, get to see my lovely mother, who's doing well and is fantastic. She says hi to everyone on this podcast that she knows nothing about, and it will remain that way.
Oh, it's so good when your family never learns about your podcast.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I turned 29 this week, which is another thing we can talk about or not talk about. Who gives a shit about 29? I don't. It was my birthday, and I don't fucking care. But the older I get, the less I want to tell them about
No.
Nothing, man. Nothing. Yeah.
Well, yeah. The worst is I was on a podcast for a while, and I told my mom about it, and she would call me and ask me about it, and ask me about host of the podcast, Dan Friesen, and how he was doing and if he was sad. And the answer was inevitably yes. Dan Friesen is a sad man.
He really is. She would literally ask, "Is Dan Friesen sad?"
Yeah. Like a weekly check-in.
Oh my God.
And I had to be like, Dan we're pulling for him.
At what point do you just give your mom Dan Friesen's number?
No. That is bad. She will be a guest on that podcast if I do that.
Oh, immediately. She's there by, we're taping this on a Thursday. She's there by 30 minutes. She'll be there in 30 minutes.
30 minutes or less. Yeah, the mom promise.
She's the Domino's of podcast guests. She's very good. A little too mass produced for me, but she's very good.
Of the major pizzas, is second place.
What's number one?
Pizza Hut.
Huh. I'll be honest with you. I haven't had Pizza Hut in probably 10 years.
Oh my God. How are you pulling that off? I feel like
I live in Chicago.
Yeah, but you go on the road and stuff. I feel like just by accident you run into Pizza Hut.
I only eat pizza in Chicago or Detroit or whatever city I'm in. Never mind. I eat Domino's on the road, man. Or either Domino's, Domino, getting a nod from Aaron, the producer. Mm-hmm. I get Domino's. Toppers is okay. Pizza Hut, here's what happened. I had a bad experience at a Pizza Hut where it was very salty. It was very salty pizza, and I had some. And then that night...
It's in their slogan. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It's salty pizza. They promise
Give me a break. Give me a break. It's salty pizza, you stupid fuck. You better not lay a finger on my salted pizza, Bart Simpson. I woke up at like 3 a.m. It was the first time I ever got like real, actual like, oh fuck, heartburn.
Yeah,
was after Pizza Hut. Could have been the 15 beers I had as well. Who knows? It's much easier for me to cut out pizza. So that's what I did.
15 beers.
I can't do that. I can't keep that. Listen, I try and I think the new slogan I'm trying to push for the show, number 1 is, yes, Paul Rudd, please be a guest. I'd love to have you on the podcast. Number 2, I'll say at the end of the show. I don't want to jinx it and say it in the middle. Mm-hmm. Number 3, live every day like it's a bachelor party.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Well, that brings me to my first thing. My first thing. Have you ever been to one?
Yes.
We're both getting to that age. We're both in our late 20s.
Starting to hit the bachelor party circuit.
I've only been to one, and it was just in a cabin, and it was a good time. It was fun. But that's not everybody's cup of tea. What do you got?
All right, the one I was at most recently included a gun range, which I thought was a bold choice.
What year was this?
This was last year.
Very bold choice.
Very bold choice. Yeah, it was like at the heat of like guns are not popular. Okay. And we went to it was like go-karts, gun range, hanging out having beers with the guys.
Okay.
So what
Wait. Go-karts and gun range at the same location?
No. Go-karts then to gun range.
Okay.
Then drinks all night and like hanging out on a porch and just having beers. But yeah, go-karts, everyone on board with. Gun range. We get to the gun range. There is a guy there with his girlfriend, and he has rented the AK-47 you can rent. And he shoots it. We get to see him shoot it. Then we get to see him hand it over to his girlfriend, who every time she's about to shoot it, he gooses her a little bit. He has a fun little game there at the worst, most terrifying moment.
Like she's holding the AK-47 banana clip.
Yeah. She has a gold Desert Eagle. No, she's holding an AK-47 and he gooses her, and I'm like,
just grabs her. Like,
no one from the gun range steps in and is like, hey, we have rules that you have to be more respectful here than at a public pool. They completely are fine with it.
Oh my God,
boys will be boys.
Insane.
And we all break off into groups because you have like a voting booth.
Lane.
One of the guys in my group holds a gun, shoots it one time, backs off. He's like, that terrifies me. I do not want to keep doing that. And then there's one guy who like brought his own gun and targets and stays longer than everyone else. I think if I'm remembering correctly, he challenged someone at the shooting range to a contest, and that's why he stayed. Yeah, to a shoot off. 10 paces.
And then one less tux was rented that day. Oh my God, that's insanity.
My one favorite thing about that though was they had like a glass display case where you could rent guns, and there's all like the different things you can. Mm-hmm. You don't know what any of them are. You're just like, that looks like something from a movie.
Oh my God! So my dad is a huge pistol guy. Mm-hmm. I grew up around guns, shooting guns. I have since given that up just because it's scary. It's super scary.
It is terrifying.
Yeah, but that is literally something that I would do when I would go to the gun shop with my dad and just be like, oh, like Fast and the Furious 2. That Mission Impossible that looks a lot like the PP7 silenced from GoldenEye. Awesome. This is cool.
The crew I was in was all guys who had never shot a gun before.
Yeah.
No training needed.
It's so easy.
All we were doing was like Matrix, Crank, Dirty Harry. But they had in the middle of it, they had a book that was it was a woman holding a gun, and it said, "My husband would still be alive if I was allowed to own this gun."
Whoa, shit.
I have no idea what it was about, but it was like, all right, yes, congrats on the book.
I would like to see the inverse of that book, which is my husband would still be alive if I didn't have his gun. That's what I want to read. I want to read the fucking Patsy Cline song. That's what I'm into. I want the Loretta Lynn version of that. I want this right-wing nut job. No offense to any of our right-wing nut job listeners out there.
Look, we service all of them. Libtards, right-wing nut jobs.
What do you got? Cucks? I want them all. What do you got,
Alpha
man?
cucks, beta cucks.
Oh,
we'll bring them.
Another shout out to Jeff Osmus. Big old beta cuck. It's a joke for 3 people, but they're all going to love it. So how big was that bachelor party? Were you in the wedding party? And at that wedding, what was it? Because the big thing on this show that I'm trying to correct is the discrepancy between your bridesmaids and your groom fellas.
Groomsmans.
Grooms people is what I call them. I'm trying to get ladies on the show, man.
All right, the grooms people. Well, this is what I noticed was the big difference is it seemed like everyone in the bridal party knew each other.
Yes.
It was like a cohesive unit.
Yes.
It seemed like they had drilled for this. It's
always that.
Yeah.
They've been preparing for this for 10 fucking
Groom's party. It is the Expendables. Yeah. None of us know where the other...
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone. Terry Crews. Statham. A governor.
I mean, it really was set up for all of us to be like, have a learning moment with another guy. Because I knew 2 of the other guys in the groom's party, and then the rest of them were a mystery to me.
Yeah.
It was like one guy I found out was the bride's twin.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird,
it was just like you're completely figuring it out.
Yeah.
There was a lot of making plans to hang out later because you just go along with it. You're just like, hey, we got to be as good of friends as we can for this weekend. So I will see you again. Never again.
It's so like that dichotomy is just it really freaks me out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really freaks me out because like that's a nice group event for them, and then these other guys go like fucking herding cats. Don't like it.
Also, this is one thing I will say: make sure that your group doesn't specifically only have single men.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. Because that became something that was very apparent with like the few guys that were single. Of like, oh, they think that this is set up for them to hook up with bridesmaids.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the best one that I was in was. Because it's usually that situation where it's like half and half. Mm-hmm. But the best one was my buddy Justin's wedding, and I think this is the optimal scenario: 2 guys who are either married or in a serious relationship, and then just one guy who's single, and you just need Joe Morrissey. What's up, Joe? How's it going? He subscribes. I'm going to shout out every single subscriber we have, and it's not a lot, but we're getting them all in. It's episode 5. Get off my dick. You like root for that guy, and that becomes your dude.
That's a fun
he's
guy
almost
to
like
have.
the mascot. It's great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Too many of them is a problem.
Too many of them, because then it becomes like, hey, I'm the alpha, I'm the beta, and I say wrong. You're all fucking cat. You're out.
The worst one I've ever seen of that is I was in a groom's party where we had multiple guys who were from kind of the middle of nowhere, Kentucky. So they were like, they all knew each other from college, and then they sort of dispersed.
Okay.
And they were in these towns that had like not much social life going on. There wasn't a nightlife in Paducah, Kentucky. So they were dialed in. It was like, it wasn't even fun. It was like a mission to meet a woman at this wedding.
Oof. That's kind of dangerous.
Yeah, it's a bad look.
That is dangerous. That is very. I'm sure they're nice guys, but like,
great guys. But they might as well have been on a trip to Vegas. They were like, we got to make this one count.
Yeah, we're going all the way up to Canton, Ohio. We're going to see the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
It's not every day you're in the big city of Akron, Ohio.
King James is from there, man.
Just a kid from Akron.
But here's the real question. Here's why we brought you here. Why I brought you here. I don't know who we is. It's just me.
The royal we.
Aaron, the producer, he didn't. This is my booking, right? Aaron's also, everyone, at this point in time, the first 3 episodes have been dropped. Our numbers are in the dozens of listeners. Everyone has complimented the sound quality and production. So, Aaron,
welcome.
Aaron from Jazz Fuzz on the 1s and 2s. Fantastic. Great work. Also, a lot of people are telling me that I have a very smooth, silky voice, almost to ASMR Ian levels. So I think that might be a bonus episode soon where I'm just reading from the phone book or something. I think that
if you put out an ASMR bonus app, I would love that.
I think that's 100% going to happen very soon. Also, there's a lot of money in that, apparently.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was trying to do like a sketch about ASMR, so I watched a bunch of it to figure it out. I accidentally got a little hooked on ASMR.
That's a very deep YouTube
every one of the videos has 30 million views.
It's fucking insane. We just gave something.
We're going to do the rest of this.
We're going to do the rest of the podcast.
Yeah.
Like this. And then
I brought a piece of corkboard that I'm going to scratch for the rest of the episode.
I'm going to be peeling and eating an orange very close to
If anyone catches you listening to this, just repeat after me. It's not a sex thing.
Even though it's definitely a sex thing.
Yeah, there is like a very clear...
It's like, it's not a sex thing, but every single one of them that's a woman is barely wearing anything. Yeah, sure, it's not a sex thing. Yeah. Anyway, plan my bachelor party.
All right.
I'm fucking Charlie Rose over here. Plan my bachelor party.
Here is the thing with the bachelor party is I feel like everyone overdials debauchery. They want it to be too much of a night to remember. No, I have not had a fun debauchery night.
As stand-up comedians, those kind of nights are, I don't want to say normal, but they're far more frequent for gentlemen like us who have been in the game for a little bit.
Absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah.
They happen more than you need them to, and it kind of takes the mystique away from them.
I don't want to say ruins them. Makes them, it's more frequent to have a bad one.
Yeah.
At this point.
Absolutely.
You know? Yeah.
So here is my move. We're doing day drinking. Day drinking is always fun. The cleansing light of God keeps us out of sin. And also, this is something I found out when I was in college is you can rent giant inflatables for adults. This is the move I am going with. You can get the big inflatable slide. You can get the bounce house. You can get the thing where you jump and you stick to the wall. Like the Velcro suit?
Yeah.
That is the beginning of the night.
Okay.
That is how we're starting things off.
And we're just in a park, or we're in the backyard?
We are in a park, public park, rent these things out, bring them in.
Okay.
Totally allowed. I looked this up. You can do this.
Okay. Hypothetically, or you have looked
I am 100% serious.
I can't tell if you're joking.
No, I looked this up.
Awesome. Fantastic. Continue.
All right, so here's the thing. You do that. That's very fun. Day drinking, always a good time. But the thing with day drinking is you do get tired. It does run you down a little bit. So the move after that is to go to my favorite type of restaurant, and a Brazilian steakhouse. Does not get more fun than a Brazilian steakhouse. It's unlimited food, so you can go as hard as you want. You're not gonna have like the terrible hangover the next day because you've had a bunch of food. You're like encouraged to overeat. They cut it on a sword.
Yeah, it's
the
like
whole thing rules.
I live next to a Fogo de Chao, and I know that's not the gold standard, but
I'm gonna be honest with you. We are probably ending up at a Fogo de Chao.
I'm fine with it. That's great. I'm into that. I've never been to a Brazilian steakhouse, but I've seen it through the window, like when a Jewish child sees someone on Christmas morning. That's what I am like when I walk by. Aaron, our producer, a Jewish gentleman, giving me a nod of respect and admiration for my knowledge of his people, of which I will become one day. Anyway, go on. Sorry.
Awesome.
My girlfriend's Jewish. Go on.
We all know this.
No, they don't.
Final stage, I feel like the last part of the night, you want to make some room for attrition. There are going to be people who do not make it.
Okay.
The greatest, and this is the only problem with my plan, is it hinges on a bar that no longer exists.
Okay. Which?
Carol's in Andersonville. It was a country western bar.
Okay.
It was the best.
Carol's was tight.
Live western music. You can only get a shot and a beer. That was like all they served. They had like big folding tables. That was the whole setup. That's what you go there. You dress western style. End of the night, you can get just slosh drunk there if you want to.
I love it.
Really hard to get in trouble at Carol's because everyone wants to be some sort of a desperado there.
Desperado.
But you can, and if you want to, you can have the whole fun thing where you're like, all right, I'm wearing a western shirt, cowboy hat, boots. You can really dude it up there if you feel like it.
I love that. I think that's great.
That is my top to bottom plan for a bachelor party day.
I think that's very solid. I think that's very good. Everyone everyone does a good job of knowing enough about what I like, which is drinking and eating. Straight up human ass shit.
Yeah.
But that is, man, so it's not open anymore. Has any country western bar stepped up in Chicago to take its place?
The closest,
I think I'd like to go regardless of whether or not
that's the thing.
Yeah.
California Clipper does a live music night when they do western music, but it's not dedicated. That's the only problem. Okay. Carol's, they was
a fucking honky tonk.
It was a honky tonk.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the weird thing was, it was because it had something, I can't remember the story exactly, but it had something to do with how Swedish that neighborhood was, that they there was something about Swedish people liking western music. I would like to fill that in, but let's just say Swedish people like country western music. Germans love David Hasselhoff, and the Swedes love country western.
They love Johnny Cash.
Yeah, a rhinestoned out jacket, they're all about it.
Listen, Germany had David Hasselhoff. The Swedes, they love Conway Twitty. That's their guy. That's their dude. Good for them.
I love Conway Twitty.
Conway Twitty. We went to the Nashville. We went to Nashville over the summer. And we went to the Country Music Hall of Fame, and it was weird when country music fans gave shit to rappers when they would have the bling and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And the cars. The Country Music Hall of Fame is just nothing but gaudy blouses and suit jackets.
Oh, yeah.
That's all it is.
2 foot tall hats that have a belt buckle on it.
Oh, yeah. All that shit. But the belle of the ball, the flashiest guy, Mr. Conway Twitty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Just the craziest jackets.
He had Liberace's pompadour.
Oh,
he had he was great.
But he sang a song about how his dog ran away, so he was not labeled a homosexual in the very
Liberace was a gay man.
Super gay, yeah.
The only sad thing is he felt like he had to live in the closet, and he thought that God had given him a hall pass or something.
Yeah.
You ever heard that thing that he was like, God was like, it's cool that you're gay because you play a mean piano, Liberace.
Man, that is still one of my favorite HBO movies, is the Liberace one, Behind the Candelabra.
Oh, yeah.
It makes Matt Damon. It's good. Anyway, check it out. HBO Go. If you write a good review of the podcast, I will give you my password. Anyway. The next thing, what's the menu for the actual ceremony?
For the actual.
Actually, we did it out of order. I apologize. I apologize to all of our listeners and fans. Let's say, hypothetically, we're at the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Something bad happens. My uncle, crazy old man, a coot, some would say. You're on security duty. That's your job in the crew of Multiple Idiots. How do you hey, I'm ruining the wedding. How do you shut this guy down? This will be a nice little role play.
Oh, this is great.
I'm going to leave for a second.
I'm just going to kill some time while Mike walks away. Oh, my God. It's
I'm
a man.
ruining a wedding.
You bear a striking resemblance to my friend Mike O'Keefe.
Hey, well, I'm his uncle, Stu.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm Stu McBeef.
Mr. McBeef, I've heard so many great things about you.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, I live in Chicago and I'm taking improv. And I was wondering if you would be able to improv thing with me. We'll pretend you'll be head of security.
Are we incepting another improv into this?
It's a dream and not a dream. I'll pretend to be causing a ruckus at the wedding, and you shut me down.
Absolutely.
All right. And, hey, why are you getting married? It's bad. You're going to change your last name, too? You're dumb, Mike.
Oh, Mr. O'Beef, it's so good to see you.
It's Big Beef.
Oh, Mr. Mick O'Beef.
What? That's not it either.
Is that Scottish, McBeef?
No, hey, I'm trying to do something here.
Oh yeah, I understand. But what I really want to know is what's your favorite newsman? Who do you listen to get your news from?
What a question. That really stopped me in my tracks, huh?
Yeah.
Psych! Woo! Don't get married.
Oh, no, he's back at not getting married. All right, well,
I guess I like Tom Brokaw. I like his weird Pittsburgh accent.
All right, and as Mr. McBeef is going on about Tom Brokaw, what I do is I take a big draw off my dab pen, which I just blow right in his stupid old face. He hasn't had anything but ditchweed from Nam. This stuff is grade A dabs. He's dabbing now. He is 100% unable to move. He's his old man's
good dabs. I love dabs.
He doesn't know what's happening. He's got to sit down for this.
Oh, I'm so high. I need to sit down. Does anybody have? What was I talking?
What were you talking about, man? You know what you need to talk about? Tell me about your favorite concert you've ever gone to. You're high now. Time to relive it.
I've seen Bob Seger.
Oh, Night Moves.
Working on the night moves.
Hey, you know what? We got a live band here at this wedding. Let's turn this from bad to adorable. Hey, everybody. Uncle McBeef is going to sing Night Moves.
No. Okay. This is my big shot.
Oh, we got a little shy, guys. He wanted to sit down. Everybody give it up for Uncle McBeef.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So you ended up interrupting the wedding by making my uncle sing Night Moves?
Yeah, but he's not booing anymore.
Oh, that's true.
It is pretty adorable when someone sings at a wedding. It's got to be late enough into the night. I guess I assumed that was happening. He was sauced up enough.
Yeah. Yeah, usually during the ceremony, someone's pretty sauced up.
You didn't specify if this was during the set.
Oh, I did.
I'm not. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm doubling down on this. He still sings Night Moves.
Working on some night moves. Yeah. Night moves. Gonna move it at night. Everybody's feeling all right. Got my homies here. I got my homies there. Thank God I wore 2 pairs of underwear. Don't wanna get no cum on my drawers. Keep it in stores. In stairs. Don't care. Don't rhyme. No hair.
Man,
that wasn't
Uncle McBeef kind of laid it down there.
Yeah. I'm from.
He adopted a voice that.
I'm from 8 Mile.
Home of the Insane Clown Posse, 8 Mile. I hope I'm getting all that right.
I don't want to do this voice anymore.
It sounds painful.
It does. It's not good. I have to do Bane at a show later.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It's like this.
Yes.
This is Bane. This is Stu.
Really great move if you ever want to annoy a sibling. Just repeat everything they say in a Bane voice. It went great for me. Christmas 2013.
Christmas.
Want to apologize to my little sister Shelly. Sorry that every time you spoke up, I repeated what you said in a Bane voice. I had fun.
Shelly.
He won't stop copying me. I won't stop copying you.
Shelly, it's not important what you are given for Christmas. What's important is our plan.
Now you have my permission to yell.
Shelley, you merely adopted the holiday spirit. I was born in it.
What a ridiculous voice for a villain he picked.
I get it. No, I don't. I don't get it. No.
That makes no sense.
One of my friends told me this today, and it really kind of blew my mind. Bane and then Dunkirk. Christopher Nolan hates Tom Hardy's mouth. He doesn't want to look at it. He's got that Bane mask. He's got the flyer thing in Dunkirk. He hates Tom Hardy's
his mouth.
He hates his mouth. Anyway, I thought that was funny.
There's just a bunch of Tom Hardy headshots with X's over his mouth. Keep having to cast him.
He draws the Joker lips on it and then crosses that out.
Oh, that was another great thing I saw in Spain. Several Joker t-shirts.
Oh, I love it.
They are not immune.
One of my favorite things ever.
Queso serious.
Queso serioso. Serious. Queso serious. When I was in college, Obama had just been elected, and we were all very excited because he was such a grand departure from Bush. He was eloquent, and he was great. Not everyone thought that, and these people came to campus, and they had posters of Obama in Joker makeup. Ooh, got him. Forget a couple years earlier when we had Bush with a Hitler mustache. No, they one-upped it.
Joker.
Hey, so
don't get me wrong. Some people just want to see the world burn. My Obama is dangerously close to a Cosby.
Some people I can't do. I only do Stewart, and I only do Gotham.
All right. We have hit peak podcasting where we deteriorate to silly voices.
This is going to get 0 stars on everything. What's the menu for the wedding?
Oh, menu for the wedding. All right. I feel like
what's the spread?
The spread? All right. I feel like the best move, this is my favorite at any wedding, is you keep it simple, you keep it continental, you give 2 choices.
So just Danishes and fruit.
Yeah. No.
What do you mean?
What I mean is like you're not doing like a tikka masala.
Oh, for sure.
You're doing like something pretty. Everyone understands what's going on. Mm-hmm. So I'm going. You got 2 choices. You got a steak choice. You got a fish choice. Anything beyond that, we're not doing anything for you. Doing salmon, doing steak. Okay. We got like a nice like a red skin garlic potato.
Okay. And
then some sort of a green. I'm going to say green bean. Everybody's pretty happy with it. Mm. You do that. You do, this is the other fun thing, cake. Everyone likes cake, of course. But, you know what everyone likes even more? Cupcake.
Oh,
that's
okay.
right. You do cupcakes so everyone can have a little individual one. That's fun. You can do the different flavors. Everyone feels like it's their own little birthday. It's a good time. I'm saying the food is a background character. Don't give it too much attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that thought.
Yeah.
I like that way of attacking it.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid.
I've been at several weddings where they straight up shout out the caterers, and the caterers don't want any part of it. They don't.
For the most part, unless you're like a food dude, unless you're like a big food person, who really cares? You know, who's making that a priority? Just like, I get that. I understand. I respect that way to operate in this situation. It's terrible podcasting what you just said. But that is a good way to go.
Yeah.
And you go liquor. You gotta go. You go top shelf.
You go open bar.
Oh yeah. That's 100 fucking obvious. That's obvious.
I've seen people fuck it up. It's so sad.
What do you mean?
Cash bar wedding. I've been to one cash bar wedding.
Dude.
It was not good. People were upset. Mm-hmm. The thing was, I feel like when they did that, people talk about like open bar, people get trashed. Cash bar wedding, you have the people who are light drinkers don't drink at all, and the heavy drinkers are angry drunk at you.
Yeah.
They like just go for it so hard.
I'd rather have them be hammered than like angry.
Yeah.
Like,
no, they still get super drunk. They're just doing it like harder.
Yeah, with a vengeance.
It's weird.
Oof. They're Die Hard 3 in it. That 2 or 3, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
There's
3 was
3.
with a vengeance.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah. The last cash bar wedding I went to was I wasn't even of age to drink.
No.
And I think my parents left. I think we left before the dancing. I think that's 100% true.
Dancing was not going to happen. I almost said finna happen. I would have been really, woo. I almost stepped in it.
The last thing we want you to do here, Danny, is step in it.
I'm at a weird crossroads with how I speak, where I say finna, and I also say run it up the flagpole, see who salutes it. Both things come out of me.
I get that, though. Like, that's kind of... That shows the dichotomy of man in 2007 or whatever fucking year it is. But you're like a big you like hip hop and basketball.
Yeah. And
also look the way you look.
Yeah, no, there's no fighting. There's a lot of vocabulary coming in, but I'm like, it's what that is coming out of is just going to be, sorry, it's going to sound weird when I say some of the terms I say.
No, because you the homeschool guy.
Yeah, well, I was homeschooled, and then I went to an almost entirely black high school.
Wow. What's that transition like?
Oh, it was great. My first day, someone tried to change my name.
What do you mean?
He was like, I told him my name. He's like, nah, that sounds like Billy or some shit. We're calling you Leon. And then for like 2 months, I got called Leon in high school.
Did you go to high school with me? Some shit.
No, this kid was hilarious.
Oh my God. There's a guy there's a guy I work with who is named Tyler. I've only called him Larry since the day started. He's been there for a year now.
It's so fun to give someone a nickname that's just a different name.
What do you think I call Max Freeman? You're wrong. I call him Jimmy.
He looks like Jimmy.
Oh, he can be Jimmy. Everyone's Jimmy to me. And everybody's wife is Linda. It's across the board.
That's a good wife name.
It really is, right?
Yeah.
I gotta get home to
the
my wife,
AH
Linda.
sound, Linda's, Deborah.
Yeah. Linda, Deborah, Tammy. That's not what you said, but Tammy's good. Tamara. That is good, though. Mm-hmm. Lovely
wives all around.
They're so great. They're so caring. They make a casserole. They make a dip. I take a dip because one of them has a pool in the backyard.
Ooh.
Hey, you like a swimming pool? Should there be a swimming pool at my wedding?
Maybe bachelor party.
Okay.
We might be able to revisit that. Wedding, I'm going to say strict no.
Okay.
Strict no. You got kids, you got drunk people. You don't want anything near a swimming.
No kids. Mm-mm. No kids at weddings. I am anti-kids at weddings. I make that decision only after my girlfriend was smited by a tiny child. Only after Mallory was just dunked on.
Do you
like Larry Johnson in '96 dunked on?
How about we marry these worlds? Because I feel like the ceremony, you're gonna have people who can't get a sitter. You still want to bring the kid. What if you did like adult swim hours where like at the reception it hits a certain hour and you're like, kids, you're gone. DJ, explicit tracks only from here on out.
Pumps in a Bump by MC Hammer.
Yeah, you can.
That's the second one, right?
You can play all the Rob Zombie you want at my wedding. Dragula, play it.
Yeah, Limp Bizkit, chocolate starfish in the hot dog flavored water, front to back.
It's Adult Swim, baby.
Both versions are rolling. Urban Assault, air raid version.
Air raid.
So what I don't know if you know this. Why would you? But Limp Bizkit on chocolate starfish hot dog flavored water, their breakthrough album. They had a version of Rollin', which we all know. Keep rolling. And then they did a second version of Rollin' with, I think, Method Man's on it.
Yes.
Maybe Ghostface. I think Method Man, and then a couple like Wu-Tang tangential.
Oh yeah, Wu-Tang has a large tangential family. That
they really do.
Embarrassing as some people's large tangential families.
Like Wu-Tang has so many guys that ruined a woman's wedding for fun. He didn't ruin that woman's wedding, but it's so fucking funny. Right? It's so good.
One of my favorite like Wu-Tang spin-off guys is because he's
the guy who cut his dick off.
The guy who cut his dick off. He's created so many funny headlines, like the one where he said that he's glad he cut his dick off because he learned a lot of lessons. And then
lesson number 1: don't cut your dick off.
Well, the interview afterwards is he's like, the thing is, after I cut my dick off, I learned women are trying to destroy you. And it's like, no, man, I think that it's just very disappointing when they meet a man who is pursuing them romantically, and then it turns out, whoops, he has no penis because he cut it off.
That's a very convenient opinion to have when you've recently dismembered your cock.
I mean, it's like that thing where like it is the exploding brain version of like I hit on a girl and she didn't like it, so she must be gay. Where it's like, you know whose fault it is that I cut my own penis off?
Ladies.
These women.
These women I had no prior knowledge of. He's like the first ever, like there's incels now. He's a vol cell.
Oh, 100. Yeah, I mean,
voluntary. He cut his own dick off. Like, he's like, I ain't fucking whatever. God. And here's the best part of that. I don't know that guy's name. I'm never gonna learn it. I do not want to know it.
Shout out to Killer Bees. I know you're part of the Killer Bees family.
Do you know who Killer Bees the comedian is?
Yeah, save your money.
Save up.
You better save up.
This is a very quick story about Killer Bees. He and a very funny comedian named Todd Yan, who's since retired from comedy, very funny guy, and Ron White all got invited to do some sort of industry showcase. It was like, hey, we got these guys from the South. They're killing it. They're so funny. This is like 94, 95.
All right.
So they all go up to New York. And it's Todd's from North Carolina. I think Beast is from either Alabama, and then Ron White. It lives in Atlanta now, but he's obviously from the South as well. So they're there, and they're with all these New York comics, like Mario Joyner's there, Will Stevenson, Keith Robinson is there, all these guys, all these New York comics, seller guys. DePaulo, I think, is there. Not Geraldo, but Attell is there. And they're all hanging out at the bar. It's all these guys and Todd, and they're like really getting to know Todd. They like Todd. Todd's like ingratiating himself, and Killer Bees comes up. He's got a yellow shirt. He's got a yellow sport jacket. He's got white jeans, and he just goes, "Hey y'all, Killer Bees here. Y'all see my set?" They go, "Yeah, it was pretty good, man." He goes, "Well, thank you," and then just leaves.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Jan for that.
There are a number of comedians.
One of my favorite stories of all time.
There are a number of comedians who like just zero social skill. They really are only able to talk when they're on stage.
It's amazing. Or into a microphone in the Jazz Fest studios. But that's why I wanted to start the show, because people don't, comics don't make friends. And I'd like to make some buddies. With that said, we're getting down to the nitty grits here, the nitty gritty. So that means there's only one thing left for you to do in this rigorous interview, this application process to be one of my groomsmen. Yeah, give me a best man speech. So here we go. Shout out to Greg, we haven't shouted him out yet, but we have Greg, the Foley artist here. He's here every week. This is his time to shine. So here we go. Speech time.
All right, I'd like everyone to raise their glasses here. I'll never forget the first time that I saw Mike and Mallory together, and I really thought she could be doing a little bit better than him, right? All right.
Greg again.
This is not the audience. This is me into the microphone. Oh, it's the greatest, best man. It's the best, greatest man. Oh, guys, thank you. I do want to point out, yes, I did wear my own tuxedo that is different from the other groomsmen, and I've been getting a lot of comments on that. Not all compliments. See you, Aunt B. Thank you. Anyway, as I was saying, it's really been a wonderful thing to watch Mike and Mallory grow closer together, really form a life together, even though I've been told they sleep in separate beds. A good choice. I like Leave It to Beaver was a good show. So, props to that. Shouts out. I got that heat rock. And I just want to wish them all the happiness in the world as, Mike continues to pursue his career in comedy, and Mallory is now a Linda. So everybody raise your glasses to Mike and Linda.
There we go. Very good. Lovely. I like you didn't say anything complimentary about anyone.
Oh, no. This is my time. If there's one thing I've learned from stand-up, that's when people are looking at me, I don't have to give a shit about nobody know how.
No fucking way. Hell yeah. So now is the time of the show where I make the decision. I could go to Miami, which is one destination. Well, you're a big basketball guy.
Yeah.
And this show is just me interrupting myself. What were the other teams LeBron could have gone to after the first time in Cleveland? It was like stay in Cleveland, Miami, and I think was, Clippers or somewhere else?
It was obviously Cleveland, Miami, and then Chicago and New York were the other ones that had gotten like any attention.
Good call.
Yep.
And we tonight, LeBron's first game, regular season game under the Laker. We wish him luck.
Good luck, LeBron.
Good luck, LeBron. Anyway, my decision. Will you be one of my groomsmen? Will you be?
Yes, I will.
One of the, don't you dare interrupt me. Listen, if I've learned one thing from the Pete Holmes School of Podcasting, the host will interrupt and the guest will shut it up. You will shut it, or Gotham will shut down as well. I will. The scarecrow from the first movie is like a judge. Pretty cool. Remember in the Joel Schumacher one where I was dressed like a fucking pro wrestler? That was bullshit. I'm a fashionable guy. Check out this lined jacket. Cool. I blew up a football game for a girl. I was doing it all for a girl. Frickin' Marianne Cotillard. It's my Aunt B's niece. Anyway, sorry. Will I let Dan Drees, who we've had a fantastic chat. We had a lot of laughs, as we always do. We always make each other laugh. We make each other laugh every single time. When I see around a guy who lights up the room, a great gentleman. We've known each other for many, many years. Mm-hmm. Will you be in the wedding party? No, I don't want no damn homeschool kids mucking it up with my Velcro shoes, playing basketball on carpet. Fuck a homeschool kid.
I did play basketball on carpet.
Of course you did. Every homeschool kid.
That was a great insight.
Every single homeschool kid. There was that one gym in town that wasn't the rec center.
No, it was a church.
Yeah, it was a church. It's like a church basement.
Big church.
Yeah. It's like that thin carpet.
Oh, yeah.
Like
it's just as good as a court.
Yeah, you definitely get the same bounce when you have a.
I don't care if there aren't lines on the court. There's still a hoop.
Still out of bounds when you're. That's Dan. What do you want the people to know about you? Where can they find you? Talking about basketball stories, man.
I do a podcast called Basketball Stories where we talk about little oddities and weird stories from NBA days gone by.
Which there are no shortage of.
There are so many. Oh my God.
Like there's stuff that I'm still waiting for you guys to get to.
Oh, we're about to do one of my favorite ones that I've been holding on to.
Do you want to spoil these?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gilbert Arenas and Jarvis Critterton. I can't pronounce his name yet. I'll get it right when we get there. But yeah, when they had a straight up gun standoff in the locker room over a card game.
One of my favorite things in the history of basketball.
It's so insane.
Yeah. I like to say that you guys made the perfect podcast for people who own teal jerseys.
Yes.
Anybody who wants it, who has a teal, and as a Pistons fan, I had a teal hat. I still have a teal hat. I had a teal Grant Hill and a teal Lindsey Hunter.
I like those teal and pinstripes are the two things that need to come back.
Fucking A, man. Well, the Hornets have a pinstripe one now.
Oh yeah, they know they're like going retro. They understand they're leaning into people's fandom of like starter jackets
for sure, man. Those Kendall Gill. Early Alonzo Mourning, Muggsy, Larry Johnson.
I love Larry Johnson.
That's a good NBA 2K throwback team.
It's great.
It's a great one.
Ooh, I'm going to go home and play NBA 2K after this and find that team.
Get after it. Awesome. And Twitter.
At Dan the Drees.
Dan the Drees. And Dreezy Dan on Instagram.
I couldn't
consolidate your...
No, I like to do fun different names. It's hard to find.
Listen, when I started a comedy, you just had to be funny. And now you have to be funny and you have to be amazing at search engine optimization.
Yeah.
It's very tough business.
And it has got us only the best comedians.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Everybody who makes it is great. And I love them. You got any shows coming up in Chicago? This will drop two weeks? A week from Wednesday.
Nice. Lincoln Lodge. I'm always at the Lincoln Lodge.
The Lodge, baby. One of my favorite places in the city to do stand up, in the world to do stand up.
It's a very fun room.
So good. I got November 16th and 17th. Me and Mallory at the Comedy Corner Underground in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Come meet both of us. It'll be weird. Come hang out. We'll have a good time. We'll get some Joey Wings over at CCU. Thank you guys so much. Dan, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No problem, dude. Any time. Sorry it didn't work out for you, but, we'll see. We're trying. We haven't let anybody in the group next week. We haven't let anyone in the group so far. We'll see what happens next week. And until then, till death do us part.